ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is ITV,
certainly the best.
A very pleasant morning to you, and thank you for joining us on the AM News on ITV. I am Lawrence Osifo. The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, has issued a one-week ultimatum to waste managers across the 18 local government areas of the state to wake up to their responsibility of waste disposal or have their contracts terminated by the state government. The Deputy Governor handed down the order during a crucial meeting with state accredited waste managers and other stakeholders in Government House in Benin City, as Deborah Ugbefun brings us the details.
As one of the ways to actualize the shine agenda of the Governor Monday Okpebholo-led administration, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, invited all states accredited waste managers, local government chairmen, and other stakeholders for a meeting. Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa said the crucial meeting is to brainstorm on ways to manage waste generated in the state, challenges, and profile solutions.
We will no longer tolerate this attitude. Yes, there are challenges, but we are ready to join you to provide solutions to some of these challenges.
Right Honorable Idahosa said waste management is an integral part of the aesthetics of the state. Hence, the waste managers have 1 week ultimatum to wake up to their responsibilities.
1 week to meet up with your responsibility, or we will revoke your agreement with both the states and the local government.
The State Commissioner for Environment and Public Utility, Barrister Nosa Adams, says a cleaner Edo State is possible if the waste managers are up and doing, and suggested the setting up of feedback mechanism between the state governments and waste managers. The Managing Director, Edo State Waste Management Board, Lucky Eneita, said government has invested massively on waste management.
If you have an area you are responsible to, please make sure to cover the area and cover it appropriately.
Our administration is committed to strengthen the framework that guides the operation of accredited waste managers.
Some waste managers suggested ways to drive the enforcement process, challenges and way forward.
There are still some people who may not be able to pay.
From Government House Benin, Deborah Ubefun, ITV News.
Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has approved the posting of 4 new ambassadors designated from the 68 nominees confirmed by the Senate in December 2025. The president confirmed the appointment of Ambassador Ayodele Oke as Nigeria's ambassadors designate to France, Colonel Latif Are as ambassador designate to the United States of America. Also approved in the posting is Ambassador Amin Dalhatu as the High Commissioner designate to the United Kingdom. In addition, Usman Isa Dakengari Suleiman has been appointed as ambassador designate to Turkey ahead of President Bola Tinubu's scheduled state visit to the country next week. In a memo to the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, President Tinubu directed the ministry to formally notify the governments of the 4 countries of their appointment in line with established diplomatic protocols. We take you to Rivers State, where the Chief Judge of Rivers State, Justice Simeon Amadi, has declined the request by the Rivers State House of Assembly to constitute a 7-man investigative panel to probe a gross allegation and misconduct against Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Mma-Odu, citing subsisting court orders and the pending appeal on the matter. Justice Amadi's position was conveyed in a formal letter addressed to the Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Martins Amehwile, acknowledging receipt of the 2 separate requests from the legislature dated January 16, 2026. The requests were made in pursuant of sections of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, following resolutions of the House to initiate impeachment proceedings against the Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Mma-Odu. According to the Chief Judge, the Assembly's requests were accompanied by extensive documentation, including copies of the Notice of Allegation of Gross Misconduct, the Rivers State Impeachment Panel Conduct of Investigation Procedures 2025, and relevant newspaper publications. However, Justice Amadi disclosed that his office had earlier been served with 2 interim injunctions issued by the Rivers State High Court sitting in Oyibo on January 16, 2026. The suit filed by Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy listed the Speaker and 32 other defendants, with the Chief Judge named as the 32nd defendant in the suit. A guest on the Current Affairs program 60 Minutes Nigeria on Thursday advised political office holders to place the welfare of the people above personal interest as concerns continue to trail the practice of godfatherism in Nigeria's politics, as Oluwafemi Farayola completes the report.
The guests made the call while analyzing the renewed political tension in Rivers State, which they attributed largely to godfatherism and the strained relationship between the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara, and his political benefactor, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. His Royal Highness Bako Dogo expressed a differing perspective, stressing that political mentorship in itself is not wrong, but becomes problematic when personal interests are placed above public good.
So let us call it the speed. If you don't have a godfather, you cannot become a councillor today in Nigeria. If you don't have a godfather, common councillor, you cannot become a councillor today in Nigeria. Even in the church, in the mosque, we have godfather. Fubara should go back to the drawing board. Even it's not too late. Even with the impeachment that they have already served on him, even with whatever, let us start begging those people.
On his part, Dr. Maxwell Osage described godfatherism as a major setback to democratic governance, noting that it often undermines the will of the electorate and fuels political instability.
The beauty of Okpebholo in Edo State, let's get it clear, sir. When you have a godfather from another state, is a bit better. So what we are saying is this: Wike did not become governor overnight. Wike did not become FCT minister overnight. People gave him that opportunity. So what we are saying is this: we are saying, while we respect the concept of godfatherism, when you put someone there, please take a little step backward, allow the person to function.
Both guests, however, agreed that political leaders must always remember their primary responsibility to the people, urging those in positions of authority to embrace dialogue, transparency, and accountability in resolving political differences. They further called on political actors in Rivers State and across the country to put peace, development, and good governance above individual ambitions in order to strengthen Nigeria's democracy. Oluwafemi Farayola, ITV News.
Let's take you now to Kano State, where the Kano State government has taken over the prosecution of the gruesome murder of a housewife and her 6 children at Dorayi Charanchi quarters in Kano metropolis, as Kano correspondent Abdul Ibrahim brings us the details.
Briefing journalists in Kano State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Abdul Karim Kabiru Maude said the decision followed directives from the state governor. He explained that the move is aimed at ensuring a thorough, transparent, and speedy prosecution of the case. In line with the provision of the law, the Attorney General commended the Kano State Police Command for its swift and professional response, which led to the arrest of the suspects linked to the incident. He assured the resident that the state government remained committed to ensuring justice is served, stressing that anyone found culpable will be held fully accountable.
A line uses excellencies, PAM's directives that justice must not only be done, but it must be seen to be done. The Kano State government, through the Office of the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, will take over the prosecution of this matter. A dedicated legal team is being constituted under the direct supervision and leadership of the Attorney General of Kano State, who will personally oversee this case to ensure diligent handling, timely issuance of legal advice, and the effective prosecution of all persons allegedly found to be culpable in the Seniors Act.
The state government says it will continue to collaborate with the security agencies to ensure the role of the law prevail. Abdul Ibrahim reporting from Kano for ITV.
Nigeria's premier private university, Igbenedion University Okada, has announced that its 2025-2026 matriculation ceremony will hold January 24th, 2026 at 10 a.m. at the university's main auditorium in Okada. The ceremony will feature a lecture titled Career Enhancement through Diversity and Inclusive Initiatives, to be delivered by Professor Andrew Haruna, Secretary General of the Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities. In a statement signed by the Deputy Director of Public Relations, Loki Ebo Onokwe, it says the fresh students will be formally admitted into the university's 7 colleges, namely College of Health Sciences, College of Pharmacy, College of Natural and Applied Sciences, College of Law, College of Engineering, College of Arts and Social Sciences, and College of Business and Management Studies. The statement explains that the management of the university extends warm congratulations to the new intakes, assuring them of a rich academic experience supported by dedicated faculty and staff. The event is expected to be accessible online via a meeting ID 748-491-8882 with passcode IU Okada. A Lagos State High Court has adjourned the Owode Oniron Crisis Court case to the 26th of February 2026. The court also granted the application of the appellant seeking to adjourn in the matter, represented by Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, SAN, as our Lagos correspondent Igboje Ikworia brings us the details.
On resumption of the matter over the crisis of the Owode Oniron spare parts market before Justice Savage of the Lagos State High Court cancelled the judgment creditor, Barrister Olabode, told the court that they need the leave of the court to respond to the affidavit of the applicant seeking to be joined in the matter, owing to the fact that fresh issues were raised in the application. The court insisted that the judgment creditor does not have such privileges under the Lagos State court orders and rules. but can be allowed if the council can refer the court to any similar matter. After several references have been made, the court granted the leave of the judgment creditor, insisting that they should only restrict their response to the new issues raised. After proceedings, counsel to the applicant seeking to be joined on the matter and Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, said they decided to approach the court following the injustice meted on the traders, while counsel to other parties declined interview.
In the case before the court, our clients were not parties to the case. The judgment was delivered, and in the course of executing the judgment, their name was added. And so we have approached the court to set aside the judgment on that basis. The other side has filed a counter affidavit. So in court today, the judgment creditors have asked for an adjournment to allow them to respond to our affidavit.
The matter has been adjourned to the 26th of February 2026 for motion on notice to be heard. From Lagos, Agboji Horia, ITV News.
The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Lagos State Command Area D Command, comprising Oto, Awuri, Ojo, Iba, Olohunda, and Badagry divisions, in pursuant of the Corps' vision to ensuring effective protection of critical national assets and infrastructure, has met with stakeholders in the area. The State Commandant of the NSCDC, Lagos State Command, Mr. Adedotun Keshiro, says that the community engagement was very important to obtain feedback from stakeholders on issues of vandalism and assets infrastructure in Lagos State.
Mr. Adedotun Kashiru said the protection of critical national assets and infrastructure is yet limited to critical sectors such as oil and gas, transportation, power and energy, telecommunications, education, health, amongst others, but remain one of the core statutory mandates of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, hence the need to collaborate with the locals. The state commandant, represented by the head of Critical National Assets and Infrastructure Department, Deputy Commandant of Corps, Kolawole Agbetilui, said the meeting has collaborated with stakeholders and achieved its mandate.
The Corps is responsible for protection of critical national infrastructure, such as oil and gas pipelines, power installations, technology, telecommunication facilities, transport networks, and other strategic assets. Disaster management, emergency response, rescue operation, and material services.
The meeting was attended by the Nigerian Air Force, Customs, Immigration, Police, and other sisters agencies. From Lagos, Messalina Unkwo, ITV News.
Surveyors in Edo State have been equipped with knowledge on the diverse application of the use of drone technology and the need to maximize its use in strengthening Nigeria's security architecture. The enlightenment was provided by seasoned professionals at the fourth session of the 2025 mandatory continuing professional development training organized by the Nigerian Institute of Surveyor, Edo State branch. Joy Obarasiagmo was there.
The training held at the Faculty of Engineering, University of Benin, Ugbowo campus provided a platform for surveyors to enhance their skills and expand their knowledge in the use of drones. Resource persons at the program highlighted the potential of drone technology in surveillance, monitoring, mapping, and rapid response to security threats.
Intelligence has been defined in many different ways, such as in terms of one's capacity for logic, abstract thought, understanding, self-awareness, communication.
It is the frame that holds all the parts, all the components together, just like the vehicle is built on the chassis.
The interactive training also featured a practical drone flying session where surveyors and students gained first-hand experience in operating different types of drones. In an interview, the chairman of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, Edo State Branch, Surveyor Bruno Dawigbinnovia, said the training forms a part of the institution's commitment to ensuring its members remain updated on emerging trends and modern technologies in the profession.
The Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, Edo State, can collaborate with security agencies to achieve a well-secured state.
With the training of drones, if the government and policymakers can make provisions of these drones, I think we'll curb insecurity.
Drones are not just there to give you pictures. We have the one that will give you geospatial intelligence, give you coordinates, real-time coordinates.
It was actually based on security surveillance. Whether you are moving around or you are in one place, the drone has the capacity to actually monitor.
With the new acquired knowledge, surveyors are expected to play a more active role in enhancing security and promoting sustainable development in Edo State. From Benin, Joy Obaisiagbon, ITV News.
There was jubilation at Umelu community in Ikpobaha local government area of Edo State as Comrade Amadi Ehige was installed as a new Okaigele by the Odionwere of Umelu community, Papulin Odiase, according to the Benin customs and tradition. Ewosa Agbonlaho reports that several dignitaries attended the event.
The installation of Comrade Amadi Ehige as the new Okaigele of Umelu community by the Odionwere Papulin Odiase was in accordance with the Benin customs and tradition. Umelu community in Ikpobaha local government area of Edo State was filled with joy as elders, leaders, women, youths, and residents gathered to be part of the installation of a new Okaigele. The event, marked by age-long customs and cultural display, took place at the elders' chamber known as Ogwedion. After the ceremony, the elders and the newly installed Okaigele led community members to inspect the proposed site for a new town hall expected to serve as a center for meetings and communal activities. In their remarks, the Odionwere Papulin Odiase expressed confidence that the new Okaigele will promote unity and development. While the second in command, known as Ozukpo Giver, Pa Friday Idugi, said the installation marked a new phase of progress for the community.
It's in line with our tradition. It is the community that chooses the Okaigele.
The newly installed Okaigele, Comrade Amadi Ehige, his vice, Comrade Osaume Nwago, and other elders expressed satisfaction with the success of the event.
Mayo bosuduna kena ba edna dogi agagogo olago dawu orevuna.
The elders are the owner of the community, not for the youth. The youth are to work and assist the elders.
Ewosa Agbonlaho, ITV News.
The Odionwere and Elders and Council of Okpebo community in Oredo local government area of Edo State, acting on the directives of His Royal Majesty Omonobanedo Uku Akbolokbolo Oba Eware II, the Oba of Benin, has announced the appointment of Comrade Nice Ifa Akbale as the new Okaigele of Okpebo community. According to the statement signed by the Odionwere of Okpebo community, Pa Frank Ikure, the appointment, which is in line with the directive of the Oba of Benin, is aimed at fast-tracking social-economic development of the community. The statement explains that the announcement is set to set the record straight and inform members of the public and the new leadership in the community. The Odionwere and Elders in Council also urged members of the public who intend to engage in any land transactions within the community to contact the Odionwere directly. This, they noted, would ensure that all dealings are conducted transparently and legitimately. The appointment of Comrade Nice Ifa Akbale as the new Okaigele is expected to inject fresh momentum into the community's development efforts. In his role, he is expected to work closely with the Odionwere and other stakeholders to promote peace, progress, and prosperity in Okpebo community. The Onwa Conscience has condemned the All Progressive Congress APC over its endorsement of Senator Adams Oshomole for a second term in a bid for the Edo North senatorial seats. The condemnation followed a press conference held in Benin City at Imaro House of Moretala Mohammed Way in Benin City. Joy Obarisiagbon, who was there, brings us the details.
In almost 3 years in the Senate, the Onwa Nation has not felt the representation of Oshomole.
Onwa Conscience is a non-partisan group committed to the survival and development of Onwa East and Onwa West, particularly in the equitable distribution of power and resources in Edo North. The chairman of the group, Honorable Richard Ofemu, expressed the group's grievances over Senator Adams Oshomole's second-term endorsement. He called for justice and equity for the Onwa people, lamenting what he described as a persistent plot to marginalize the Onwa bloc in Edo North politics.
With the benefit of hindsight, the Esako bloc of Edo North has in the past produced the following persons as senators: Senator Franka Afegba, Senator Richard Leman, Senator Albert Legoge, Senator Oyofu, and Senator Francis Ali Mikina, who both served for 8 years respectively. This is in addition to the monopolization of the ministerial, ambassadorial, deputy governorship positions and legions of other top political appointments.
And you have a lot of very capable, very competent Onwa people who have contributed tremendously in various aspects to the growth and development of not just Onwa and Edo State, Nigeria as a whole.
Some members of the group also expressed disappointment that the party would prioritize the ambition of an individual over the collective needs and aspiration of the Onwa people. They urged all well-meaning sons and daughters of Onwa to rise above partisan sentiments and unite behind an Onwa candidate for the Edo North senatorial seat ahead of the 2027 elections. From Benin, Joy Obaisiagbon, ITV News.
The Odionwiri of Obazuwa community, Pa Roland Aimwamusa Oyemese, and the elders in council have announced Mr. Idahosa Nosahari as the new Okayele of Obazuwa community and of Ovia Northeast local government area of Edo State. And that's the start of our package on the AM News on ITV. I am Lawrence Osifo, thanking you for watching. Do have a beautiful morning ahead of you. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.